What is up, people, the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, it is time that we discuss the Utah's 2nd Congressional District Special Election that's happening this November. Now, as many of you know, Congressman Chris Stewart announced he was resigning from Congress, which is Utah's 2nd, which, thank goodness he did, because Chris Stewart, pretty mid at best congressman, actually pretty bad on some issues. And it seemed like for a little bit here, we were going to get somebody that was going to be remotely conservative. And remember, Utah's 2nd, this is the district that Trump won by like 20 points. Well, we had a primary or quote-unquote convention a couple of weeks ago, and it was complete chaos, and now we have a primary, but guess what? Chris Stewart is a nationalist compared to the frontrunners for this district. I am not kidding you. These candidates Republicans have now, except one, are far more egregiously awful than Chris Stewart ever was. I am not kidding you. Somehow, we may end up with a somehow freaking downgrade from Chris Stewart. It is absolutely bizarre and just what the hell type of moment. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell. Follow the social media accounts in the description down below, guys. Go follow the Rumble page, follow the Twitter accounts. You know what to do. And, of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you can join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. All right, everybody. So I know I wasn't the most clear in my intro, but Chris Stewart, he was not that good of a congressman. Absolutely not. But somehow, by some ungodly miracle, we are going from a D-tier congressman to potentially an F. Yes, that's right. We're somehow getting worse than Chris Stewart. Now, if you don't know, Utah has a convention system, but not the ordinary one. You know, usually how it does work is in the convention system in Utah, you have to get like 2/3 of the vote to get the nomination and the endorsement. Here, it's just you need a majority because it is a special election, which is what every, election should be for conventions. Either way, the point is, they had the convention, and everybody with a brain was rooting for Greg Hughes, who was arguably the more conservative option of this bunch. And it seemed like he was going to win. He started off with 28.5% of the delegates, and he was still up, and up. And at the last second, he lost. He lost the convention. Arguably the most conservative candidate. First district, Trump won by 20. Lost to this Malloy lady, who we'll get to in a second. She has a very bad track record. But here's the sad part. Greg Hughes, he was kicked off the ballot because he didn't even try for it. He only tried for the convention. And I know that's a bit stupid. That's just a dumb system. But you look here. There is another candidate that's currently on the primary because with the convention system in Utah, technically there's still a primary that happens. Yeah, Utah having a moment, all right, but look at this top candidate, Becky Edwards. Guys, be prepared for hitting potentially the worst Republican I have ever seen. She makes Phil Scott look conservative. You heard that right. Look at this. She only got 5% of the convention vote. 5. And yet, she may be the front runner now Because this Malloy lady, well, she's in big trouble. Wrong one. Whoops, excuse me. But she's in big trouble. Apparently, she fraudulently registered as a Republican days before the convention. And that was before the filing deadline. Apparently, she wasn't even a real candidate. There's somebody that looked up the registration data and realized, wait a minute, she broke all the laws in Utah. She's not supposed to be on the convention. So she may get kicked off the ballot. And we get stuck with Becky Edwards. Guys, like I said, this is a terrible downgrade. She makes Phil Scott look conservative. I am not kidding you. In a Trump plus 20 seat. Because again, Malloy was probably going to win. She was basically the same as Chris Stewart, arguably more liberal, but hey, she's an upgrade, all right? She's far more conservative than Becky Edwards. So who is Becky Edwards? Look at this. She ran for the Senate seat in 2022 against Mike Lee. You heard that right. She tried to primary out Mike Lee, and whoops, that's wrong thing. There we go. So, point is, I accidentally played that. Either way, you get the point. She tried to primary out conservative Senator Mike Lee. Well, she got walloped. But see, she still got 30% of the vote statewide. Again, this is Utah in a nutshell. You're one of the most conservative members of the Senate, and you try to primary him out with a liberal Republican? No, not even that. A resist liberal. Guys, look at this right here. GOP Senate candidate Becky Edwards tells undercover journalists she is Utah's best bet to stand up for abortion if Roe v. Wade is overturned. We have a trigger law banning most abortions here in Utah. I'm deeply concerned. She's not even against any abortion, I don't believe. She's pro-choice to the extreme. That's what I understand of her. I don't think she's pro-life. I don't even think she's against late-term abortion. And yet she may be the next Republican congressman? What? And you look at her issues page. Doesn't this just look like the most resist liberal type of page you've ever seen? Okay, families first. Look at this. There's some okay stuff here. But look at the right. Immigration is a challenging issue that deserves sensitivity and nuance. We must create policies that both ensure the safety of America and provide rules for those who wish to enter, including the workers, that our agricultural and tourism-based economies need to do business and thrive. I believe in solutions that support strong families and the well-being of Utah children, and in that respect to maximize opportunities for immigrants to flourish. This is right from her website. She is basically saying we need to put, the immigrants ahead of Americans. There's nothing about being pro-life anywhere. Let's keep going. Taking care of business. All right, fine. Women in the economy. Utah is currently experiencing a she-cession, with women leaving the workforce at 5 times the rate as men. Oh my gosh. This is real? She's mad because women are leaving the workforce at higher rates. Oh my goodness. It is vital to provide support and opportunities to women as they contribute to the workplace, within the home, and return to employment as they care for their families. But this she-cession stuff, this is right out of progressive playbook. Environmental, oh my gosh. Climate change poses both opportunities and challenges for our state. We must implement bold solutions to mitigate extreme weather to protect our economy, health, and safety. I support free market and limited government solutions that make a greater impact than more burdensome and costly regulations. Strengthening our democracy. Oh my goodness. I review the U.S. Constitution, the limited role it sets for the federal government, and the liberties it creates to make America the greatest democracy in the world. Democracy must be defended by a strong military and bolstered by the participation of the people. Democracy must also be supported by an efficient government working for the well-being of our country and politicians who listen and prioritize their constituents above partisan bickering. Again, what does this sound like to you? Opportunity 4, on this the kicker. I'm committed to expanding opportunity and improving the quality of life for all Utahns, especially those who have historically been left out of the conversation. Race, religion, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, and other factors should not limit opportunities or access to education, employment, housing, and healthcare. What does it sound like to you? A generic resist liberal. You think I was kidding about her? She is the worst Republican I have ever seen. At least Phil Scott has an excuse. This is an R+20 seat. What am I supposed to say? But guys, there is some hope. There was a third candidate that I didn't talk about much. Because Malloy, she sounds like she's pretty much done. This Bruce Howell, Howell, whatever, a former Republican National Committee member and former chair of the GOP in Utah. His issues page, I gotta say, this is solid. He has a very solid issues page. Protecting all life, protecting children, protecting parental rights, making adoption more accessible. Love them. And you look at the, even his foreign policy stuff, there's nothing about, going to war over, Ukraine. He just says, rebuild the military, secure our borders, assure reliable supply chains for the U.S., preserve and defend the Second Amendment, administrative state, restrict the administrative state, reduce the tenure of career bureaucrats. I mean, yeah, some of it's generic, but it's like, I'm reading a lot of it. I actually like this. And what I like about this the most is the environment stuff. It's not this cringe like Becky Edwards saying, we need to stop climate change and carbon emissions. And her Twitter account's far worse. I'm not even going to show it. But Bruce Howell, Howell, whatever, he's our only real conservative option here. And I 100% endorse him for Utah 2nd. We cannot allow Becky Edwards to win. I don't freaking care. I will personally make sure I will use every ounce of my influence on YouTube and stuff. Push creators or supporters to Bruce Howell. I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name correctly. We got to get him on the ticket. We cannot allow Becky Edwards to be the next Republican of this seat. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.